Okay, 2 people back, one of them me. This is what Sunday mornings are all about, eh? It seems a lot better straight away. Not quite so much of a lag as there was before for me. So I'll just type up some details, excuse me. So we're doing a coin auction, so painting coins on a Battle of Britain 2019 50p in circular condition. With certificate and packaging. Bids to be in coins. And I had opened the bidding at 2 coins. So that's where we're at. We're back to where we are. And we need someone to outbid my 2 coins. For the Battle of Britain 50p, circulated condition with certification and packaging. We'll give it a little while. I'm not going to count it down when only 4 people have managed to come back. Hopefully we'll get back to that dozen or so people at very least that were looking before. Whilst we're waiting, let's see if we can find an undated 20p. Not what we're looking for, potentially is the mid 80 years or the small headed 1992. So Suzanne is bidded 3, excellent. So she's outbid me, which is what we want to see. We want to see some competition. And the other thing potentially we're looking for is the 2008 with a thistle design. Find something of those, we can show off something that's a little bit more valuable than your standard 20p. I'm not doing the full bag. I have got a full bag just in case. This was just to fill up some time until hopefully a few more people join us back, because we've only got 4 people and managed to join back since the close down. So I'm just opening the bag so that you've got something more than just my coffee cup or my hands on the screen, whilst hopefully a couple of people come in. If they don't, after a minute or 2, then we'll move on and we'll finish off the auction where we were. And at the moment Suzanne will be getting an absolute bargain at 3 coins for the Battle of Britain. Yeah, it is not the easiest of things to look at. There's a 2019, so we already know that the 2019 20p will be circulated. Can you see that? Don't know whether it's coming through. So not one of the ones that will be not intended for circulation like the 2018 was. It would be quite cool to find an undated one on the Coinathon. So there's a 2008, but it's the shield design. So in 2008 when they changed, that's when the undated one would be, where they put that shield design with the old head side. But if you find that 2008 with a thistle, it's worth looking for. So we're back up to 6. Half the people that we had before managed to get back in, so we're getting there hopefully. So we'll just give it a minute or two to see if we can build back up the numbers that were here before we lost it. Thanks for coming back. I know you must think, oh, here we go, let's just go to bed. Just see what Angela has said there. Yeah, so Angela's just talking about when the certain coins will be sent out. I was certainly under the impression that Ian was looking to get the coins that are purchased, even if the circulation isn't happening straight away, sent out a bit quicker, because he was conscious that people are paying out money for a coin that's definitely going to be there, but just potentially being held on to until the circulation happened. And he wanted to try and put that right. So certainly in line with what Warren is saying there, everything involved in this weekend will certainly be sent out. Whether that will include some of the previous pre-orders, etc., is to be confirmed. Hopefully it might. But I don't know whether logistically that is something that is easy to do. But you certainly hope that at the very least, as Warren's just putting, that the Gruffalo ones, even those bought at the weekend, will be prioritised. So that was a bag of 20p's. There was nothing in that particular one that extra to show you, apart from the fact that we know that the 2019 is circulated because we've seen them then. Okay, so let's carry on. We have got 7 people back, so we're 3/4 of the way back to where we were. Suzanne still leads on 3. So this is the Battle of Britain 50p in circulated condition with certificates and the packaging. As I mentioned, if you've watched the first parts of these streams, us as CJs are able to bid, and we'll make it quite clear when we are. So I am still going to bid 4 coins on this one. So 4 coins could be as little as 8p for something that is listed at 24.95. Even if you're paying with 50p's, it's only £4 for something listed at 24.95. So we do want to try and get the best we can to support the circulation stunts and also to support the charity. So is anyone going to outbid my 4 coins for the Battle of Britain? I wouldn't really want to win an auction on my own stream if we can avoid it. And it is still an absolute bargain. I'm only bidding 4 coins at the moment. Warren, could I ask you that when we start the countdown on this one, as at the moment I am the highest bidder, that you do the countdown to make that fair, if and when we start it. Belfast is out of coins completely. Thank you very much, Suzanne, for your super chat donation of £1. So your name will go on to the shirt, along with anybody else that's donated via super chat, and all of the money from the super chat donations will go to the charity. So thank you very much for that. So that's the first one since we restarted. That's 2 super chats I've had in total in the various streams that I've been going through since midnight. So thank you very, very much. On that, Global Hunter currently leads in terms of having the highest single bid of £25, and the highest single bid at the end of the Coinathon made before 11 AM tomorrow morning, so that Ian can announce it in the last hour, will actually win a mystery prize, which could be absolutely anything. Yeah, I don't think I'm talking out of turn in terms of that, Suzanne. As far as I'm aware, everybody that donates through Super Chat, their name will go onto the shirt. We're certainly making a note of everyone that does that. And I believe that was sort of to ensure that happened. If it wasn't, then Ian's going to have to do that now because we promised it. And as you will all know, Ian always fulfills his promises. That is possibly the most significant thing that I've learned about Ian since becoming involved and joining the Great British Coin Hunt, is how fantastic he is about keeping his promises and putting things right for his customers. So Hannah's still got the leading bid on that shirt. So that shirt and the cufflinks that are attached to it are up for auction as well, and the leading bid for that is just £10. Cufflinks themselves worth £49.95, and then a unique shirt. I'm sure that's going to go up way above that £10 at some point. It would be nice to have an extra bid on that through these midnight hours and early morning streams, just to give something to aim at for those joining in the morning after having a good night's sleep. Yeah, well, obviously had a tough time on Friday with Ian. Yeah, he is overall a top bloke. That's my impression, certainly. So at the moment, I think my bid of 4 coins is still there. Are you going to come and outbid that, Suzanne? You were the previous one on 3 coins. So are you going to outbid my 4 coins? Condition with the certificates and the packaging. Suzanne's not in a fighting mood. Absolutely, Warren. We do need to make sure that we do the best we can, both for Ian and the site, and more importantly for the Coinathon, the charity themselves. Yeah, so do start the countdown, Suzanne, for Suzanne's bid at 5 coins. It may well be the lowest bid for a coin auction so far, but anyone that's around at 2:30 in the morning, I think, deserves it. Suzanne's a night owl, excellent. My son John, who does the hunts with us, and he's still up here at the moment, is 15. He regularly does these all-nighters and always has done. He's a bit of a film buff, and he'll do marathon back-to-back film watches. One of the previous school holidays, he literally done back-to-back all 22 Marvel films over 4 days. He's correcting me. He said it was quicker than that. It was over just.
It's 58 hours.
Yeah, in 58 hours. So it was only just over 2 days. He watched the whole back-to-back Marvel series. So there we go. We're closing in. I don't think I could be mean enough to go 6 coins, although I really would love to. I don't think that would be fair. So if someone else wants to do it, then do be mean, but I can't do it. Excellent, well done Suzanne, that is an absolute bargain. So just 5 coins, so that could be as little as 10 pence. It could be as little as 10 pence if Suzanne is sitting there with 5 2008 feathers 2p's. John, what's your favourite coin? Warren is asking, what's your particular favourite coin?
I like Newton.
He loves the Newton, that's what he always says is his favourite. There we go. Yeah, he hasn't found one in the hunt yet. John
Not on camera anyway.
Not on camera anyway, no. Since we've started the recorded hunts, we haven't found one. It's quite a long time since we found a Newton in a hunt. Yeah. Wish we could find more, because that is a lovely coin. Yeah, Suzanne's saying she doesn't have loads of coins, she's poor. So, well, you're going to have one that could be very, very valuable now. Hopefully all of these coins that go into circulation will do what they're intended to do in terms of giving someone a chance to find one in their change, and also change things for collectors going forward about having the opportunity to have every coin circulated and have a fair chance. The monk says John must be professional at staying up late by now. Yeah, he is. You ask John anything around what he's doing, and he says, one of his lines is, "Don't panic, Dad, I am a trained professional." That is what he says to everything. So yeah, he would definitely say, in terms of staying up, he is a trained professional. John is a trained professional at lots of things. I think you're right, like if there was a survey that could be the most popular, almost definitely. So Suzanne is saying she's willing to cut up her 2 sets for any more great bargains. I'm getting to that point as well where if I wanted to bid any more, that I'd have to start breaking things up. So that's really, really good. 5 coins, that's all it went for. But as I say, if you're here at this time in the morning, you deserve that. We've got 8 people with us. Well, there must be 7 plus me, I think. That's a great effort when we were approaching 3 o'clock in the morning. After all this time has already gone through. In terms of collecting, Warren, I've always had little bits and pieces tucked aside, but not that many. It probably wasn't until 2.5, 3 years ago that I started hunting, and that was because of probably the pot of coins and Mrs. B wanting to find some of those, and then the Paddingtons as well when they came through. So quite a short time that I seriously hunted. I kept a few bits and pieces from before, but not seriously so, and it was only when some of those other ones came through that started to look more seriously, and then got a bit addicted to the point where the wife shakes her head a bit, even though it's her fault because she wanted those first ones. And then once I'd started to go through the various collections, you want to find them all, don't you? And just kept going and going. And then, if I try and do this, you saw the original thumbnail, and then all of a sudden, you end up with that. Hopefully we're not going to fall over now, because I've tried to move that. There we go, we're back in position. Yeah, and then you end up with that. John Doty has just joined. No, I don't remember you, John, I'm afraid. So we're at 2:43. There's around 15 minutes before I hand over to Warren. What would you like to do? We can do another quick auction, which would be a cash auction. It'd be nice to finish off with a bit of cash for the charity. If people are there and willing to bid a little bit of cash to make it worthwhile. So I don't really want just to give away a coin for the sake of it at the end of the 4 hours. If one or two of you want to make a sensible bid on a particular coin, let me know which one you want to put up, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, it is too addictive in some ways, and yeah, do be careful. We always say, and Ian say the same in terms of when he's running the auctions. The last thing that anyone wants someone to do is to bid more than is sensible, whether it be cash or coins. It's not what it's about. It's, yeah, have some fun, join in, but make sure that whatever you do, it's comfortably within what is right for you. Absolutely, make sure you've got the coins to fulfill the build. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, chill out. We're finished with the slow chat. You've done a brilliant job. Thank you very much, Warren. Yeah, we did manage to get through 6 auctions in that, so that was decent. 3 cash, 3 coin. So there's £33 of cash auction. So a little bit raised for the charity on that. A couple of super chats. We had £2 from Rebecca McIntosh and £1 then from Suzanne Barker. So pleased with that, because I know there's been a couple of hours going through where there've been no super chat donations come through at all. No bids on any of the shirt auctions or and such like, so it'd be nice if we had one of those to finish off. So Belfast, I think, did you say you were in, was it Thailand or somewhere similar? Yeah, there we go. It's just popped up on my other message there. Yeah. How were your eggs for breakfast? Whilst we're going through the last few minutes, I may as well just have another look, another bag of 20p's and see if we can find anything there. There's £250 worth there, so we may as well have a look at them at some point. I don't think it'll be the rest of tonight I do. I'm sure there will be some really good bids on the shirt. Okay, 1991 on the 20p's. That's one to look for. The design there is quite a small head. Well, and what you, that's one of the very rarer ones that is worth tenner. John Benson is back. Did you manage to sort that all out in the end, John, in terms of your payment? There's a 1984, which is one of the years which is a lower mintage and worth keeping aside. How long are you away for, Belfast, before you're back? Warren wants everyone to get some sleep, so that's for one or two reasons. That he's such a nice bloke, which is true, or he has intentions of taking everything for a pound himself. I haven't found an undated 20p, no, I haven't, Lamont, not at all. Which is part of the reason that I got these ready, and we've only looked at 2 of the bags out of the whole, because we've been else. And you can't believe how quickly 4 hours goes. John at this end definitely needs to get some sleep, because tomorrow morning he's got kickboxing. He's got a grading for a, I think it's black-brown belt tomorrow. So he needs to get a few hours sleep before he does that. You may as well look at one more bag whilst we're looking at the last 2 seconds. Is there anything else you need to do to set up yourself, Warren, before you get going? Excellent. So I'll probably just finish these last few coins that we're looking at to see if we can find that undated 20. There we go. I know that we did have, I think it was Gordon that was on earlier on, that Gordon said he'd got one of these in his change, the undated 20p. I thought that's what he said. So thank you for everyone that's stayed with this time. We've still got 8 people here, which is absolutely amazing at this time of night. And to have that number of people interacting for up to 4 hours and keep coming back when we've stopped a couple of times has been phenomenal. So thank you all very much for that. And I think what I'll do is, as I say, when we finish this bag, I will then call that a day for my stream, close it down, and leave you in the capable hands of Warren for a couple of hours. So we'll see it through until 5 this morning when Hannah takes over. Thank you, John, and thank you, Suzanne, as well. Goes right through till midday, Belfast, and I think even John Gamble may be doing a bit beyond the actual official end of the Coinathon as well. Thank you, Angela, for joining, much appreciated. So no big find at the end, unfortunately. So just one 1984, which is a lower minter year, which I've put to the side at the moment. And the last few coins will go away, and that will be me finished. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining in, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And many, many thanks particularly to those that have participated in the comments and that have won the bids and played their part. Anything you'd like to say, John?
Thank you very much for everyone who's stuck around during the stream and staying up so late.
Fantastic. Good night to everyone. Good night to Suzanne there. Good night. Excellent. And that will give Warren just a couple of minutes to be able to set up for his session. And away you go. So I'm going to close it off there, and thank you very much. Do go across and subscribe to RJ Coins if you'd like to see a bit more of this and coin hunts, and of course all the other CJs that have been on through the whole Coinathon would appreciate that as well. Thank you and good night.